shit. Hey everybody, welcome to the Gay Frog Chat with E Honda and friends, where we talk about stuff that's very family friendly and don't use adult words, especially in the first 90 seconds of a YouTube chat, because you instantly get demonetized. Not that we count on monetization on this channel anyway, because we often talk about such risky things that I think all of my live chats are instantly demonetized, and I don't make anything off of them unless people do super chats or join the membership or go over to Discord. Or, I was thinking about doing a locals, but it's kind of a bitch to do all of these things, and I'm a busy dude. But anyway,
check out E Honda on Rumble.
Did you guys happen to see something that happened in the last couple of days? Some kind of newsworthy.
There's nothing that's happened in the last couple of days. It's been a slow news
weekend
cycle.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything significant happening. I mean,
kind of boring.
I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Underwhelmed.
I mean, I don't know. There seems like every 20 to 25 years, something like that, some crazy shit happens. Because like 20 years ago-ish, there was 9/11, right? And then, 20 years before that, what happened 20 years before that? Nothing really happened 20 years.
It was the Reagan shooting.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that was kind of a big deal. And then, 20 years before that, there was, the Kennedy assassination. And, 20 years before that, there was World War II, Pearl Harbor. I guess 20 years ago, there was, 9/11. That was the thing. Yeah. But, yeah, we really haven't had anything happen.
No.
In the last little bit.
Nothing. It's been pretty boring.
Yeah, nothing comes to mind.
Yeah, we're fine.
So
everything is 5 out of 5.
We're all fine here. How are you?
How are you?
Peachy. Just fucking peachy.
So I haven't done anything on this on my channel yet, much like you would expect me to have already had like 17 live chats and 5 videos out about the attempted assassination of Donald Trump at his rally yesterday.
What are you talking about? I haven't heard about this. What happened?
What?
Oh, apparently some 20-year-old who is a Biden donator, but a Republican in name. He's a Republican registered voter. Brought a ladder and an AR-15, got on top of a roof that was about 130 yards away from where President Trump was standing on stage, in plain sight of everybody, in the middle of the day, climbed on top of that roof with an AR-15 in sight of Secret Service, who, as far as I can tell, watched him through a scoped rifle for about 41 seconds before he even took his first shot, which, what's going on there, I'm not exactly sure. We can talk about that in a minute, though. And then, yeah, hit the president. He shot his fucking ear off, dude. How lucky is Donald John Trump right now that the only thing he's missing is part of his ear?
Yeah, I know, right?
Very. Well, Melania liked his spear boner that night, that's for sure. We're past the 90-second thing, right?
We could always count on some retarded shit from you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But, the way it looks like he would have been hit by this bullet and killed if not for the fact that he turned his head a slight little bit at the very last second to look at something or whatever.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have hit his ear and then gone through the back of his skull.
Yep.
But he turned his head a little bit, so the guy really didn't miss. It was just he winged him, and we are so fucking lucky that we have a president right now. I was thinking about this too. Donald Trump hasn't named his vice president yet, and hence, potentially at least, his successor, right? He's like Nero, who has not picked the next Caesar to take over for Rome, and then he dies in his sleep, and now there's a war for who the Caesar is going to be. That's what they wanted in the Republican Party. I think that Trump's survival of this was unexpected. It seems like massive ineptitude from the Secret Service, if not outright complicity, as in they let this shit happen.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
The state troopers.
I don't know how you, as a Secret Service detail, do not check the roof of a building that is within sight of the president who you are trying to protect 130 yards away, and you don't have a fucking dude on top of that roof, let alone that roof covered.
Yeah, I talked about this in my chat. It could have been just a dude standing on every roof with just a radio, just like an extra security guy.
Yeah.
Not even Secret Service, just like a cheap dude.
Like, I was listening to Dan Bongino. You guys know who that is?
Uh-huh.
He's a political commentator, ex-Secret Service member. He protected Obama, I believe. And he was talking about how this is beyond what is acceptable as dropping the ball. Like, this isn't dropping the ball. This was intentional. Like, they intentionally let this happen. Like, this kid, how did he figure out where to go? How did he figure out that you're going to be able to get up on top of that roof? How did he figure out that you're going to be able to see the podium from that roof? Like, he had fucking help. I'm not 100% on that. I don't have inside information or anything about that. It's not like I fucking know something you guys don't. I'm just going off of the logical conclusions. A 20-year-old did not have this shit figured out on his own.
I agree with you.
He wasn't able to, like, map out where he could get a shot from and get up there without any help and without being ignored. Like, and what's the number one rule of assassination? Does anyone know what the number one rule of assassination is?
Kill the target?
Kill the assassin. Yes, that's right. Kill the guy who you go out and have kill for you. That way, he can never say what he knows. Oh, who's here? It's Jake the Garden Gnome. Hey, buddy.
Hey, friends. Hello.
Jake.
Honey. You're the only one who knows who I am. You invite me to this thing.
Well, I mean, God damn it, people should know who you are. You're the big. He's the biggest YouTube channel on this panel right now. He's bigger than you, Matt. But it's okay though.
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
I think you made Matt feel impotent.
I'm having some of that not gay beer. Look at it.
Isn't that owned by Bud Light?
I hope not.
No, I'm pretty sure that
probably are.
InBev owns Bud Light and Modelo. And when Bud Light lost all their sales, Modelo became number one. Yep.
Yep. I still lose.
Drink Keystone like a man.
What do you think, Jake? Was this allowed to happen by the CIA, by the Secret Service?
I've done it before, and we still so sure.
And right by where you live too, right? Because you're not too far.
Oh, you know what's crazy? Yeah, just the other day I was riding on a motorcycle past that site. There's always tourists there, and we were riding with a bunch of hooligan. A bunch of delinquents on motorcycles, and I had a squirt gun. I brought it. Now they're electric, and I was like I was like blasting tourists and other people with my squirt gun as I went by, and I was like, this is a little bad taste, but I'm already here doing it. You know, by the time I realized that it wasn't an action of it, so I was like, well, you know, yeah, there's like X's on the ground, you know, like they literally like marked. You can go out there and like, yep, this is where it happened. I like to drag my toe over when I'm on a motorcycle and going by.
It seems like it's a little bit more reminiscent of what happened to Bobby Kennedy, though. Because Bobby Kennedy died not while president, but while running for president.
Yeah.
And
was it? I was just thinking too. Wasn't it when Reagan got shot? He already was president, but was it when he was running for his second term?
Yeah, he was running. He was already president. He'd been president for a year.
That shit must have been a little more crazy because he really was in the hospital, you know. I mean,
that's also
crazy.
What led
this is
to the creation of the Brady campaign too, because James Brady was the one that actually got killed in that situation with Reagan's shooting.
Wasn't he shot with the
fucked up?
I mean, like, I've just jumped into this. I'm sure y'all gone deep talking about this, but you've surely seen the videos, right, where people are like pointing out to the cops for like a couple minutes in the secret, like, hey, there's a guy there with a gun. Y'all gonna do it? And then the worst when you see that guy, the snipers that I guess took him out. Is it just me, or does it look like they're looking at him and I heard that they have to wait for them to shoot before they can shoot, which is, if that's the rule, that's terrible. How can that be the rule?
Yeah,
okay,
they were aware, but the cops are like, huh? What?
It seems to me that they shouldn't have had to wait. Like, if you are Secret Service
They don't have
and you have someone with a rifle within eye shot of the president who you are charged with protecting, and he looks like he's setting up to like aim in that direction, I think that's pretty
wait. They don't.
Yeah,
Secret Service have shot people left and right.
Yeah, I heard.
Fucking looking like
I've listened to so many people talk about it today, but I think I heard someone saying like some quote by some secret security. They're like, well, you don't want to shoot somebody with a telescope, and it was like, if you get on top of a building with a telescope while the president's speaking, maybe you just get shot. Like, I don't think we'd be mad at anyone for that. We'd be like, yeah, that was pretty dumb, buddy. It's kind of like when you're at the airport, you just think to yourself, don't do stupid things right now, like, even with good intentions. Just this is the time to chill out a little,
Right, like if you're pulled over by the police and they're like at your window, don't suddenly reach for your wallet and give it to them. Bad idea.
It's more fun that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, have you seen this?
I've got something to show you.
What was the movie Casino, where the guy goes to pull he pulls a sandwich, it was wrapped in tinfoil out of his pocket real fast or something? Isn't that movie? Something like that. He gets blasted. They're like, oh, he was going for a sandwich.
I'm actually really glad that Never Enough Ammo and Jake the Garden Snake are here, because you are two of my friends that I like talking about Star Trek with a lot.
Oh, Lord.
And you're both from Texas. It's like I'm de facto a Texan Star Trekkie by hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about outnumbering you. Right. Texan tier.
Jesus Christ.
Texas is better than everywhere else. So, I mean,
it's also hotter and mustier and fatter. And
here's a funny thing to think, right? Okay, so like I'll give you a real Star Trek question, right? The way the situation of the world right now, which captain do you pick to put in charge of America right now?
Ooh.
Like, who's going to be able to fix the situation?
I got to go with Cisco, bro.
Yeah, right? That's what I was thinking. He's the one that knows how to come in and clean up,
He was Pale Moonlight, you know what I mean? Like,
or the one where he's just nuking the planets, like with no one can live here now. Oh, shit. It's like, oh my God.
We've talked about this before. I seriously think Cisco's Section 31.
Yeah, totally. I need that to be a thing. I need that to be a made canon. Or not, but either way, I like it.
Oh, Onan Fools is out there. He tried to jump in the chat, but he couldn't for some reason. He said, what do you think about the female agent? The DEI hires. I don't know, man. Like,
the one that could put her gun away?
There's the video of them, like looking cool and checking their glasses, and the chick can't put her fucking pistol away for like you guys aren't looking very professional right now.
Yeah, they were a fucking joke.
And that's another thing that Bongino was talking about, was like, I'm not saying that women can't do this job, but these women in particular cannot do this job and need to be fired immediately. And moreover, the security, like the head of the whole thing, I can't think of it. Secret Service. Thank you. Yeah. The head of Secret Service needs to be removed or resign or whatever, because ultimately she is in charge of this, and she is the one who has ultimate say over how these things go and who gets protection and how much. Now, President Trump needs to have like the full presidential service because he's an incumbent president running for office again. Even though he's not sitting president, he needs to have the full Secret Service protection, obviously. And I think the people who were pushing for him to not have it, like even a week ago, there were a bunch of pundits and talking heads saying like, well, Donald Trump's using up all of this government resources because everywhere he goes, he has to have this motorcade of protection paid for by the taxpayers to, you know what I mean? But the thing is, like,
bill through. There was a congressman trying to get a bill approved to take away his shit.
Yeah, it's not Democrats on it.
And I think they knew what they were doing, because on one hand, they're saying like, we need to take away his funding. We need to take away his protection. And on the other hand, at the very same time, they're like, this guy is worse than Hitler. I wish someone would rid me of this troublesome priest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think after this he hires his own private security along with Secret Service because of what happened?
You know who else had his own private security along with Secret Service? And you know what happened? Bobby Kennedy.
Like, yeah, I kind of was thinking about that too. Like, is he going to hire his own security? And almost like maybe he should anyway. Like, even if he gets the full package, because like, I don't know. I'm not trying to wear the tinfoil hat, but I have some trust issues right now. Like, I'm a little suspect.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what were y'all up to? Like, how did
I
this?
thought
How
he had
does
his own
come to
Secret
be?
Service. I thought like he replaced like the Secret Service they assigned him with, and he actually got like some active duty dudes in the beginning. And I thought that was still a team. Is that not true?
I mean, he's got his own government provided shit, but he doesn't have the full detail like a president has. Like when he was president, he had the full fucking protection of a whole team. And now he's got
I thought he replaced him when he
minimum.
was president with some like fucking good dudes. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be.
Usually are.
You did.
It's like they I think they use that though, right? Because they were saying, what's his name? They've never given him what's it called? They're just making him use his own money. RFK Jr.
RFK,
Yeah, they just won't give him like literally like his uncle and dad were assassinated, but like nah, we're not gonna give it to
his
you.
uncle and dad are the reason why we have Secret Service in the way that we have them for president now. Like if it wasn't for his uncle and dad, then honestly we wouldn't have. I mean, shit, man.
Do you think like if he's at his rallies from now on, I think he's gonna have to do them in stadiums, right? I was thinking about this, like
Yeah.
doing stadiums, but then I also could see at the same time, I could see stadiums just because
It's going to be heavily secured.
they're gonna be like, nah, we don't want him here. Like I could see that. Like, what's the one by me? It's owned by. It's like the American Airlines Center. I could see them being like, well, we don't support. You know, like it could be an annoying shit show, but they'd figure it out. But
Yeah, I don't think he'll have open rallies anymore after this.
Or he does, and he's just totally like comes out.
Like, I was gonna say, like, just double fucking down and be like, yeah, like they're trying to kill me, and I don't care. Or not, I don't care, but I'm gonna do this shit anyway. You know.
Or just starts telling people, hey, everyone come to my rally, bring a gun in case shit gets wild.
Did you see Do It With Dan's video that he put out?
I did.
Yeah, where he's like, this man just won president. He is the next president. Everybody.
I mean, like, I don't own anything like this, but the picture with the flag behind him, the blood, and he's fist pumping. I'm like, I kind of want that blown up on my wall in the background when like I'm doing my garage videos. Like, it'll ruffle some feathers, but I kind of want that like in the background now. Like, would that not be dope?
I saw someone that got that tattooed on their shoulder. On the back.
Yes, already.
No, I'm not. Yeah, someone posted this.
I believe it.
What if he just shows up like for the next debate wearing body armor from head to toe with like fucking like you're gonna have to like shoot him in the neck to get him kind of thing, you know, like get the like perfect shot because otherwise it's just gonna bounce off of him because he's got bulletproof everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like bionic Trump at the next debate.
Dude, no, he's classic. He's gonna roll in without anything. He'd be like, I didn't need it the first time. I don't need it now.
Right.
Like Tupac ain't got shit on me.
I'm trying to remember which one I saw it from. I think it was one of the CNN ones. They were saying how it didn't make sense for it to graze his ear, but like not like continue into his head. You see that? The spins have been this like I think we were talking about it last night, you and me, and we were like, how are they going to spin it? And I've already been shocked. Like that was like, do you not understand the grazing past his no? Okay, yeah.
Dude, they've been coming out with all kinds of fucking bullshit. It came out. I was watching something, and they were talking about how Trump, when he addressed everyone on, while he was still at the hospital, they were sitting there judging him. Well, I noticed he didn't say anything about, keeping things calm and not engaging in any violence or activities. He didn't say we shouldn't blame all Democrats and all this shit. I was like, bitch, he's still in the fucking hospital, just got shot in the fucking head.
I hope he does say too.
I forget who it was, but they were like,
turn it up.
I know that the president just got shot at on stage, but the way that he stood up and put his fist in the air and yelled fight.
I saw that too.
Like, what the fuck? And then there's a bunch of them saying that he basically brought this upon himself. including fucking Biden, basically insinuated that because of the rhetoric from Donald Trump and his ilk, the fact that people are shooting at him makes sense, kind of. It's like, dude.
I also remember somebody bringing this up to me. Like I had a real chance actually today to rub this in someone's face. Who told me what was it? Was whenever he was running 16 or whatever, he was at a rally and there was some bang or something that people thought was maybe a shot, and like he kind of jumped down behind the podium and they ran up real quick because the Secret Service wasn't sure what happened, right? And this person was telling me, they were like you see how cowardly he was when he thought he was getting shot? What a giant pussy he was, just going on and on about it. And then I saw this person today, and I just kept my mouth shut about it. I was like, oh yeah, how about that?
Good night.
Dude, hasn't there been multiple attempts on his life now? This isn't the first one. I mean, there was like some guy who jumped on the stage with a knife in his pocket or something. Like, this is obviously the first time anyone's drawn blood and actually hurt him. But as far as potential assassination attempts, this is not the first one against Donald Trump. And again, with all of the rhetoric going around and like Kathy, whatever, fucking holding a severed head looking like Trump's head. And there was that fucking play in New York where they like jumped a Trump looking character on stage and murdered him on stage, and like all of this stuff. And, what's his name? Johnny Depp getting on TV and saying, it's been a long time since an actor tried to kill the president. It's like, God fucking damn it, dude.
Or Madonna's White House comments.
Yeah, or Madonna. Yeah. And like the list goes on and on and on. And you go on Twitter and it's like, you start integrating all of the non-famous people saying shit. It's like, it's never ending, dude. It's never ending, this rhetoric coming from the other side.
I always looked at it as so hollow because everyone making these comments doesn't own a gun. But it does inspire people eventually,
Yeah, that doesn't mean their dad doesn't own an AR-15. That's exactly what happened, bro.
I remember
Did y'all see that meme? Go ahead, Ohio.
Yeah. So I remember the exact day that Trump was going to win in 2016. It was at a Nevada rally when that guy pulled a gun, and he just looks down at him. He's like, "Sure does have a gun with it, doesn't he?" And then the Secret Service jumped on the dude.
Yeah, and again, people are acting like this is the first time anyone's done anything to hurt Trump, and that it's like, no, man, this has been going on for a while. This rhetoric's been going on for a while. Now that it's happened and his ear got shot off, it's been turned up to 11 for some people because they're like doubling down, being like, "This was almost the best day of my life." Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, if you guys watch that one video, there was that chick who she initially made like the retarded video about oh, they missed, and saying it was like some white guy probably, and then she went down like a couple hours later and made like a 10-minute video of like, "I'm so sorry I said that shit," because she's gonna get fucking FBI
that's
knocked.
the weakest thing, right? Just own it. If you're gonna make some comments like that, like just go for it. You've already you let out what's in your heart. Go for it. Don't back off.
I just lose all the brand deals.
If the shoe was on the other foot, I could see potentially there being visits from Secret Service at front doors and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was some of that going around for Biden, but when it came to President Trump and like the public fucking threats against his life, it's just like, oh, but they're just kidding. Oh, they're just being funny. They're just.
This happened to Biden. Like they would blame Trump for his rhetoric. They'd be like, "You see what happened? Do you need to deplatform him again?" As if they haven't already, and they would have, it would have been the whole thing.
Well, I mean, I just want to ask though. I mean, isn't the TDS? Doesn't it kind of illustrate that most of it is like a social acceptance performative act, like a virtue signaling? It's like, oh, I hate Trump because everyone else hates this.
I think yes, and I think most of it is also being uninformed. Because if you look at all of these myths, all of these like narratives that go around the mainstream media about, oh, well, he said to inject bleach into your arm. And then you look into it and it's like, no, he never said that. He said this. Oh, well, he said that there's very fine people on both sides. Yeah, but he was talking about the people, not the neo-Nazis, who he also literally condemned the next sentence if you keep listening. Right? Like, all of these things are just ridiculous and so easily provably wrong that anyone who believes in them just isn't really looking into it. They're not really looking into it. And they're making these decisions about their life and about their views without being informed because they think they're informed because CNN or whoever told them the headline.
Useful idiots. Yeah, I mean, they really are. I mean, I think honestly the shooter really was one of them. Just, I mean, seeing that video that, like, I think Ohio posted about him yelling at a college Republican table, or what was that? Can you speak on that, Ohio?
Yeah,
Oh,
so apparently there's a video that came out.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Trumpception. This video?
Yeah.
Oh, can I actually get everyone to hear it? My shit hasn't been working lately. Can you hear that?
No.
No.
It's paused.
Yeah, he's just screaming at the top of his lungs about Trump being a fascist, and he sounds like a girl, honestly. Kind of looks like a girl, too.
Like a girl.
He was also calling for the murder of Republicans too in that video.
Wow, fucking people are insane and crazy.
So
that's just an example of why we need, insane asylums back again.
Wow. Here, let me get these super chats. Onan Fools dropped in $5 and said, Honda, I'm going to be here at the RNC. Somebody told me you got level 4 plates, LOL. I don't have level 4 to give out, but, you can get them. Weren't they going after people, like the FBI or whoever was investigating people who bought body armor at a point? They were like showing up to your house like, hey, so we see you bought some body armor. What's going on with that?
It was the 18th, but yeah.
Yeah, it was AR500, the company that did like a live stream on Instagram, like when that first happened, talking about how they won't release customer information.
That's fucked up. I don't know what to do.
Back on July 5th, there was a Florida man arrested in Pennsylvania transporting 13 improvised explosive devices.
Bam.
And then they just haven't reported anything else on it or ever clarified if that just meant fireworks or if that actually meant like.
Didn't they find some kind of explosive device in this dude's car?
That's what they were reporting.
I've seen the reports. I haven't seen verification of it yet, though.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what else he was planning? And then the fact that dude got shot in the crowd. My understanding is where that dude was in relation to Trump. Like, the dude either missed by a mile to shoot him in the head or started aiming for the crowd because Trump got covered up and ducked, right? So
yeah.
Do you think his plan was to, take out the president, but then also take out as many maggots as he could, as they say?
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah, he was just going to
that'd be true.
I mean, obviously he didn't care about collateral damage because there were people who were sitting behind Trump who also got injured. But the guy who got hit in the head, again, by my understanding of it, was not in the direct line of fire. And either the dude missed by a fucking nautical mile or started aiming for not the president. So, that part.
As much damage as possible.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of curious about the geography of the other victims, because there was the guy who they took off the podium, who was off to the left side, like I should say stage left. And, I mean, he would have to, miss going through the, what do you call it, the bleachers, basically, getting him, he had to severely miss on that one. I'm just wondering if he was panicking and shooting. Sorry.
I mean, you can see at the end of that, watching the video, I mean, he takes 3 fairly, not slow, but, deliberate shots, and then Trump goes down, and then it's followed by 5 shots, give or take, of just pop, 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 afterwards, after Trump goes down. So I can certainly see the case that he was like, well, fuck it, whatever. I'm just going to start shooting at people. I can certainly see that because he was doing something. I don't know what the deal was. If you listen to the first 3 shots, one of which got Trump's ear, it's pop, pop, pop. And then it's followed by pop, 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 pop. Like just real quick after Trump goes down. So, and no one anywhere near the stage got hit, but yet somebody in the crowd did. So he may very well have just been like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to start unloading at people.
And how many of those shots were the Secret Service returning fire at him too?
Secret Service has said they fired 1 shot.
That's it?
Yeah, the sniper fired 1 shot.
So then he fired like 7 shots. Because he fired like the initial 3, and then you hear like 5 more. And if they only fired 1, that means he fired like 7 shots.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess when Sirhan killed fucking Bobby Kennedy, the gun that he was holding only held 7 rounds, potentially. And there were something like 11 bullet holes. And supposedly, in that case, no one else shot. He was the only one who shot.
Is that counting entrances and exits?
That's how many bullet holes they found. I don't know. It was ballistics have found 11 bullet holes.
There's also been talk over the years that there's been people that are experts that have done the audio from RFK's assassination and said there's clearly 2 different guns being fired off during that.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like the MLK assassination.
Yeah. Who's making all that noise? Oh, it is you, Sam. You got something going on in the background. Calhoun says,
okay, sorry about that.
You're good. Calhoun says, read my chat before it becomes irrelevant. I don't know if it already is. I'm sorry. Or how the anti-gunners say, oh, I bet you care about guns now, and your president got shot and not just innocent school teacher trying to insinuate while making themselves look bad. Insults while making themselves look bad. Yes.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook today, the Occupy Democrats page.
Yeah, there's some Twitter account called like K-12 School Safety or something like that, and they called for gun control immediately last night. I tore them like 2 new assholes on that one.
Caesar injured in group hug. And then we've got this one, the old Lincoln nods off at play.
This is why I love this. This is going to generate so many memes.
Damn.
Oh, God.
Did y'all see that one where it's keychains, where it's got that one Asian guy that was shot in the chest with a homemade gun, and then this guy JFK, shot in the head, and then down below Trump's hanging by his ear because he was shot in the ear.
Yeah. I need to see this. I'm so glad you clicked on that. This is great.
Okay, so whatever.
What's up, bro? What's up, bro?
There goes X to help him. Dude, who is that guy? Hire him for the secret security. Dude, I was just saying earlier, you talk about
these are all the headlines.
Those hires for the women. It's funny because you can see it in that picture right there. It's like, how tall is Trump? And you got women on his detail. They can't physically cover him up. They're not tall enough. It's not a sexist thing. They're just not tall enough.
You're literally paid to be potentially a bullet shield, and you're like 5'4", and he's like 6'4".
It just doesn't work. It gives us a really good picture, though. I mean, look at that picture right there.
Oh, it's so good.
What a photo.
Dude, honestly, if they don't completely cheat and steal the election and they don't assassinate him successfully, he won. He's fucking won.
I can't wait for him to steal it. We gotta break. We gotta break off. I've told you before. This is what we need, so we can be like, all right, we're out.
Yeah, Trump was up 8 points in somebody's poll today.
Oh, like this would be the final straw for Texas to be like peace.
Yeah, I think I've told you before. We're bringing you along. I know you're in Colorado. But we're bringing you along out of convenience because we're going to take a whole wash of states right up the middle, and you're just.
Well, we're just going to take all the stuff back that we used to own, which includes Colorado. So before we gave it away,
you guys need a place to vacation and be assholes to the locals.
Yeah, so we're going to take back all that land.
Yeah, I hiked up that hill y'all got out there that one time, so I'll come back out.
Take back Oklahoma and probably take New Mexico with us just for shiggles.
For shits and giggles.
Yeah, I've always said it'd be kind of funny if like the president, like we had like just we need a president that just takes Canada and Mexico, because we literally could really easy. And like we start with Mexico, you know, that'd be easy. That's like a 1 day thing. And then we call up Trudeau. We have like, and he thinks we're joking. We're like, yeah, I'd like you to surrender. And he's like, what are you talking about? That's funny. We're like, no, seriously, look out the window. Can you look out your window? Yep. We actually are.
Jr.
Because you can't actually stop us, and we want to do it.
Have you ever heard of Diagolon?
No.
So there's this, it's a Canadian-based kind of half-joking movement that says basically like, hey, the heartland of Canada and the heartland of America are where like the true patriots live, and if we all united, we could make our own country, going from like the top lefts of, you know, basically Alaska down to Florida. It'd be like this giant diagonal line that would just
I
be
love it.
a country, and it'd be called Diagolon.
Never heard of that.
And they've been considered, even though it's a joke and it was started by a comedian, the Canadian government has labeled them as a terrorist organization for some reason.
That doesn't. It doesn't mean anything when I say that. Now, look, this is the reason I want to do it. I put it in the chat. I don't know if you want to say that, but that's the whole. It's for that meme is the only reason I think we should do it.
Come, Canada, yes, it USA Mexico alliance.
The Come Alliance is so cool. Like, we need to do it for the meme.
So instead of USA, we would chant CUM.
Yes. Oh, and then really at that point, nobody does anything to us because they're like, dude, they're crazy over there. They literally just took over the two countries next to them for a meme. We really, really can't fuck with the U.S. anymore.
It's funny how publications like the Washington Post, who as recently as December of last year came out with an opinion piece that, yes, it's okay to compare Trump to Hitler. Don't let me stop you.
Don't let me stop. Well, you were in my Discord last night. We were talking to our buddy. We call him Lickentosh. That's not his actual name, but he's from Austria. And remember, we asked him. I said, "Is it annoying to you that every few years there'll be like, this person's basically Hitler from someone who's in the country where Hitler came from?" And he's like, "Yeah, he said he does not like that." It's like, yo, Hitler was Hitler. Stop it.
I wonder how the art community feels about it too. Like,
we should just let Trump keep doing the what's it called? I mean, I guess they were actually. They weren't stopping him. What was the show? The Apprentice.
Yeah,
you're fine.
If Trump starts doing landscape art pieces, maybe I'll be a little afraid.
What's that link you dropped in the back chat, Ohio?
It's new evidence coming out about the Secret Service director and her ties to all the left, basically, at this point.
That bitch.
Well, apparently she's the one who has basically claimed, like, moving forward, Secret Service is going to have 30% female and DEI hires because she is our strength, and we want to have.
That's what you want and need to protect the president.
Yes, according to the head of Secret Service, who literally just failed at protecting the president.
She's a dumb cunt.
You had one job.
And here we have Harry Sesson. Do you know who this is? This little fucking
he's a fucking moron.
Is he the guy? Yeah. I think he was on what's it called the other day. Piers Morgan. Didn't he go on there and say something?
Yes, totally. Yes, he was on Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
He's a paid Biden operative.
Yeah. He was the one that was trying to say that Biden won the debate, right?
Yes.
And Piers was like, "Did you listen to the same debate?" Like,
oh, he won.
Well, he was out on Twitter as recently as a week ago calling for the President of the United States, because now he has immunity, to use SEAL Team 6 to go after President Trump and take him out. And now he's eating those words. He's like, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
I mean, how old is that dude?
He's like 20. He's the same age as the shooter.
I'm not listening to him. I don't care what he. I said dumb shit when I was 20.
10.
Nobody should have taken 20-year-old me seriously.
That's
yeah, right. They shouldn't even let him speak because he's still fucking wet behind the ears. He just needs to stay down and shut the fuck up.
You remember being that age and thinking like, I need to have an opinion on things, It needs to be nuanced and different. I need to cut through all the bullshit because I know that you don't know anything. You're an
Fuck
idiot.
no, I was too worried about working.
I'm kind of an idiot
grinding.
today.
I do remember being that age though, and like keeping my mouth shut about certain subjects because I knew that I didn't know about them enough to speak.
Dude, right? Dude, my dad put me in that place one time. I remember we were talking. I think because when I was like in high school, Trump was running, or not Trump, wasn't Bush was running for his second time in office there, and I was like, I just don't like him because I just heard everybody else say that, you know, like everybody else is in like the teachers at my school, you know, kind of shit. My dad's like, well, why not? And he put me to the fucking like he grilled me on it. He's like, why? Just give me a reason. Like he wasn't like trying to tell me I was wrong necessarily. And he was Republican, but he was like, why do you feel that way? It just ate my shit up. And I was like, man, I'm going to keep my mouth shut on these things. He's like, that's the best idea if you don't know. It was so good.
Honestly, that's what needs to happen to a lot of these like leftist like college students who are on campus screaming about free Palestine or whatever. And when you push them on whatever it is, the issue, like, so why are you out here protesting today? And they're like, I don't talk to fascists. And they run away. Because they don't get pressed on their issues because they literally don't know anything at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see any pro-Palestine or Antifa or anything like that at Trump rally yesterday.
Oh, they're coming.
We might have seen one.
That's totally true, but I'm just saying, like in mass, like they usually are.
Dude, I'm gonna show up to the. I just realized I saw that meme you got up there. I'm gonna go to the voting booth like William Wallace there. Look at him there.
Y'all remember that picture that floated around, you know, a while back where it showed Trump bald with a, you know, big ass nice beard and he looked badass.
Mm-hmm.
I think Trump needs to look like that now, especially, you know, he got shot in the ear.
Show up to vote for Trump.
Dude, do you think when he was at the hospital, they're like there's probably some plastic surgeon there that's like, we can patch you up. I hope he denied it. He's got to own it, dude. He's got to nick off the ear now.
Yeah,
he's got to have that nick, and then he needs to make sure when he's talking, because he likes to do that thing where he turns sideways a lot. He needs to flip it around. He needs to have the other side out. He needs to let everyone know.
Like those World War II German officers who would get in fencing fucking matches that they would scar their face because they thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
this,
a
is Holyfield, you know, this is really earned.
Just in the ear and still rocking it.
Yeah, but this is totally me. Me voting for Trump in 2016. Me voting for Trump in 2020. And me 2024.
Dude, every once in a while too, just for good fun, go watch the Patriot scene from that bit where it's so over the top and it's so good, where everyone's retreating, he's like, no, and he gets the flag and he's literally like bashing people. Like I think he uses the flag as a weapon because it's the greatest. It's so over the top, but it's so good. I love it.
One of my favorite movies.
It's so good. I love it. Like he's been in a movie about Scotland and a movie about American. He's Australia. Like, but both like movies you could be proud of from those two nations.
So there's this meme of "Say the line, Bart. Say the line." It's on our radar. And I'm sure I haven't heard this confirmed yet, but it would surprise me to know that he wasn't on the radar given what happened. And yeah, the problem is though there's too many people on the radar. Like that's their problem, is they've got too much radar going on and not enough like fighter jets going out and intercepting. Like, oh, we got all these blips on the radar, but we're just tracking them, I guess.
Well, it's like the same thing with me that happened almost 5 years ago with the feds knocking on my door, and they admitted to my face when they were leaving. They were like, we wasted 6 days on this. It's like, yeah, you just pissed away 6 days of resources on a nothing burger when you could have actually been going after terrorists in the state that are legitimate terrorists.
Daniel says, supposedly the surgeon told him his ear was fine, but they might have to do a reduction surgery on his massive balls. The way that he stood up on stage with his fist in the air yelling fight after they just tried to kill him, you know, like
yeah, that was badass
somewhere, or what's going on, but he don't give a fuck. He's just, then again, like he needed it for that Instagram video or the Instagram photo, you know, and he got that photo. He got that moment.
Oh yeah,
that man has got the awareness,
the righteous indignation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ledon still brings up a good point. Do you think this is going to inspire more leftist retards to do the same thing?
Not unless they want their pronouns to be was were.
It's a pretty big deterrent. Is
Oh God, that's actually him. Jesus.
Yeah.
Are you live on YouTube? Are you okay? You get all that.
That guy was just taking a cat nap.
And then there was this from NBC News. This was just like a week ago. Tucker Carlson stokes conspiracies, claims the U.S. is speeding towards an assassination. Except for they were, and it was literally because of the rhetoric from places like CB or CNBC, NBC News. God damn it, I can't talk. I'm fucking retarded.
MSNBC.
Thank you.
You just did the dyslexic thing there.
Yeah, I totally did the dyslexic thing. I'm not dyslexic.
I hate the AP.
They are.
Why does that civilian have a rooftop on the rooftop have a gun? I don't know. Let's give him 3 minutes and see what he does.
What was with that shot? Like he backed off, and like he took his eye off the scope. Was he trying to? What was that?
Isn't the lower guy too the one that like ducks down when the shots start firing?
Shots start going off, and he ducks like a fucking butter bottom bitch.
I mean, look at his face there. He's the kind of guy that would. What a bitch.
Yeah, but then like the shots aren't going off. He's like, "Yeah,
it's like a fake Mario.
I'm a police sniper. Just took out the guy who took out the president."
He totally tells people what his job is. Second sentence out of his mouth, that guy tells people what he does for a living.
Yeah, 100%.
Ooh, are you sure? What if he's a vegan or does CrossFit? Which one comes first?
Definitely this gig right here comes first. Definitely.
I'm a vegan sniper.
What kind of guns are they using there anyway?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. What kind of guns are these? Are these they look like Ruger precision.
People are saying 300 Win Mag.
Not what round, what gun?
Remington 700s and accuracy.
It needs more. It needs more bullet zines. It's not enough.
I'm not sure.
For real, that was that like a five round magazine. That's pretty shit. It doesn't look very confident and inspiring.
Well, there's 300 Win Mag, so.
He's literally Hitler 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2021, 22, 23, 2024. How dare you say our rhetoric caused this?
You know the shittiest thing about this was though is that it happened on a Friday, and I feel like a lot of y'all I've been wanting to see what certain people say about it, but they're all off for the weekend.
Okay, tell me what you think about this. And I was alluding to this a little bit ago. I never really got into it.
Or Saturday.
President Trump, is bringing to the RNC his vice presidential pick to announce to the world, like, hey, here's the person who I'm going to pick for my vice president, right? He hasn't done that. Right now, there's no vice president. There's no contingency. If Trump got assassinated yesterday, what would have happened? The whole thing would have been like, all right, now we're all fighting for who takes Trump's place.
What if it was like all those movies where it's like somebody claims that they were like, he was actually going to pick me, but it wasn't them. Like everyone's lying about it.
Right. It's like where Marcus Decimus Maximus Meridius sitting with Caesar, and then Caesar tells him, like, you're going to be next, and then go off and do your thing, and I'm going to pull my son into the room.
And then what's his name from Florida pops up. He's like, no, it was me. He told me I was going to be next. To DeSantis. If a fix over there, like, no, what are you talking about? It was what?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, that would be the conversation right now. Not only of how sad we are and how shitty it was and how, like, all these
memes. And then in like 100 years from now, the season of Game of Thrones will be about that.
I could see Beto trying to jump in and say, "Oh, he's gonna pick me because I'm so horrible. I can't get in any other way."
I love that there's been memes too about it. Carter, like I've been seeing memes about how Carter only ran for one term and he's still alive. It's like, bring him in for Biden's sake, at least.
You guys know who Destiny is?
Oh, yes. Only because I've seen him on what's it called every once in a while.
Yeah, he's super duper leftist.
He's a lunatic. Yeah,
and he's a super duper leftist that loves to go around and talk about how, oh, I'm not that leftist. There's some things I believe in on the right. You guys should listen to me because I'm middle.
No, it's not Destiny. Yeah,
he lives in the appeal to authority fallacy in his arguments. I hate.
He's a fuck twat.
Well, he's an agent provocateur, I would say. He's someone who goes out and says the things that piss people off because he knows it. He's a troll. He's really, really good at it. He's pretty smart, but he uses his intelligence for evil. He's like a fucking, like a bad guy.
Him and Shapiro had a like an hour and a half or 2 hour long.
Yeah, they did that Russian dude's podcast. What's his name? I can't remember his name.
Yeah, what's his name? Yeah, he's yeah.
He says stuff like this: a person in a crowd cheering for and supporting a traitor to this country caught astray, and I'm so sad. Please.
He has to play that role. That's who he is. He has to do that. He's just doing his part.
And it's a clickbait thing to do, but the point is, like, the guy who caught the stray had nothing to do. Like, he's innocent. He didn't do anything wrong besides show up to a fucking Trump rally.
Is this on X?
Yeah.
What's his name say to it? Has he gotten it looks like he has a shitload of votes on it. Top comment there.
His wife left him for a reason, and yet he deserved it.
I guess.
Daniel said that it's Vivek and that shit's already been leaked.
I mean, isn't that the dude who's in the open relationship because his wife wants to fuck other dudes? I mean,
she left him. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because
Destiny, right? You're talking about Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny should have been a clue when she was like, "We should see other people." Bitch, you ain't giving it to her, right? She wants to fuck someone else.
Who's the other goof that they'll bring on to be the crazy left guy? He's
Bosch.
He's Crank Uger's like his nephew or something.
Fucking fuck twat, whatever his name is. I don't know who you're talking about.
Hassan, like Piper or something. I bet he said something absurd.
He always does.
Yeah.
Impeached, arrested, convicted, and shot. Still standing. See
that right there? That's the poster for my garage right there. There it is. I need it.
Straight out of Compton.
I need it upscaled, huge in the garage.
You need a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a hoodie, a jacket, a vest.
You know why she's bent over? She's actually about to go down on him. She's like, "Oh my god, this guy! Can you believe it?"
She's checking his royal cock.
I didn't take a shot of bullet, but I'll take a shot from you.
Give it to me, baby. He's
and let's not forget the play that they had where a Trump character gets assassinated on stage. This didn't age well, did it?
Yep.
No.
What? How long ago was this from?
That was 2020. I think it was during the 2020 election, anyway, ish.
Yeah, it was end of 2019. Yeah.
Oh, here's Harry Sesson with his bullshit. According to the Supreme Court, Biden could now send SEAL Team 6 to take out them all of them all. He could send in the military to take out Trump. He has immunity for official acts now. God, I hate that motherfucker.
What a tool.
And the spelling mistakes too. Jesus, no. I fuck with shit all the time. Was it SEAL Team 6 to take them out? All of them. Oh wait, never mind. You just said it, Goofy.
It's me, SCOTUS too. On top of that,
it's my retardism. Don't worry. And then there's this guy, Benny Thompson, introduced a bill to take away President Trump's Secret Service protection, and was the leader of the January 6th Commission. Also,
it's a shame because he's got I like his tie there. Not many men can wear a purple tie well. He wears it well. It's a shame.
He looks like Uncle Phil.
Oh,
he looks like a pedophile to me.
Oh God.
He also looks like somebody who's way too worried about Guam fucking capsizing.
Well, that was a different guy, wasn't it?
That's Hank Johnson.
Hank
Johnson also looks like the type of person who would be concerned about that.
Yeah. Like when Hank Johnson was saying that, he was nodding his head in agreement.
Yeah, he was like, "Yep, that's right. We need to worry about this."
What's the Ghostbuster thing?
Your new security detail, sir.
Oh, Melissa McCarthy too. Dude, I missed the earlier part of the chat, but I mean, did you guys comment on her? For struggling to put it back in the holster.
Yeah.
I mean, if that was my detail, I'd just shoot myself.
Is that the worst thing?
Why are you holstering it? Honestly, anyway, just keep it out.
Is that the worst thing you can do in that situation? No. Like, honestly, is it a big deal? Kind of, not really. But
yeah, right. Like I could see you being
really
flustered. Like things are wild. I think at the third time I tried to holster and didn't holster, I would just keep it out. I'd be like, I was just like, no, I'm keeping it out.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I guess to the optics of it, though, it's forever immortalized because you want to have these. You have everyone else, like you had the guys up on the roof. You had the guys like coming in, like you had the guys in kit and body armor coming in, like looking pro, moving quick, ice in their veins, and then you had her fumble, frumpy ass. And she was the one that was in the photo that was behind when they did the turtle over Trump. She was behind, looked like she was like freaking out, like having a panic attack. I posted the picture in Discord.
She is 5'3" with a fupa.
Yeah, they're not like you see other presidents like go look at like Putin's detail when he's going places. These look like people you do not need to mess with. You don't want to mess with.
Honestly, if you're running security for the president or ex-president or whatever you want to call it, you should look like you want to hurt me, and you should look like you could hurt me without trying. And I should be afraid of you. Just by your presence, by your physical imposing presence, should be
should be Sasquatches.
Up with that guy because he's going to chew my head off and spit it out and shit down my throat.
Honestly, it's just I just didn't understand what that was about. Like why she was on detail. It's just really terrible optics.
Quota hire. She's a quota hire.
So there's this guy. He's a Colorado state representative, Representative Steve Woodrow. The last thing America needed was sympathy for the devil, but here we are. And then a couple hours later, he deleted his fucking entire profile off Twitter because of
No, this is so dumb. People that do that, yes, you're getting all this hate back. You've already gone down that road. You might as well just ride it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's got to be some people that agree with you.
Own it.
You might as well just be like, I said it. I don't care.
Like deleting your profile is going to get rid of it.
Like that's how you become like a candidate for their side one day, by just being like, I don't give, just go with it.
They just want to be tough, but the news tells them that they're the majority, and then they realize the amount of people that tell them to fuck themselves, and they're like, wow, I'm a minority.
Yeah, it's also bizarre people like even if you are the minority, dude, still like I don't know, man. Like I guess I've been on the internet as a personality for a long time now. I got a pretty tough. I feel like I have a tough skin for a lot of politicians. Like you know how hard I get. I've had people gang up on me, and I'm like, whatever. post and dip. I don't care. Like, love it or hate it. I just could care less.
JFK falls really, really hard at rally in Dallas.
Oh man, the grass
should have been wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah, it was his fault too.
He wasn't wearing a seatbelt
back then. So that's what happened.
Dude, and this is what they've wanted. This is the only thing that they've wanted the entire time. Because they're sadistic. I mean, I don't know what else to call it but evil, dude. Like
they're demonic.
Evil, I'm not sure, or like willfully, I guess would be the word, but yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, dude.
Well, I
mean, demonic possession is what it is.
I mean, it's a death cult, essentially. If you look at the product of all their policies and ideology, the grand culmination is like a childless death cult. That's all they want.
They don't have children. They have your children.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like their ideology is completely unproductive.
Oh, and here's a mashup of all the deranged leftists celebrating or trying to, I don't even want to watch it. Jenna Howell, who is another U.S. something or other. The memes are gold. Aw, so close. Like, God damn it, dude.
I mean, she's right about the memes, but
can you imagine the shoe being on the other foot, though? Like,
oh yeah.
Like Biden just got grazed by a bullet and somehow miraculously didn't die, and his ear's bleeding, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, the president!" And then there's people on the right being like, "Oh, so close." Like even we would be like, "Bro, that's poor taste." Like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's also not worth the effort because he's gonna die eventually soon anyway. But
right. Give it a month or two.
He already did.
Is this Weekend at Bernie's? Because it feels like it sometimes.
It's a terrible Disney old animatronic they pulled out of one of the old rides.
Yeah, have you seen the clips of that where they show the movements of the animatronic and they show Biden? You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, in the Hall of Presidents, they just grabbed grab her Woodrow Wilson. We'll just reface it real quick.
What freaks me out is the super realistic masks that they have now. Like you can pretty much be like, oh yeah, I'm wearing the mask and I'm President Trump or President Biden now, you know? And it'd be really hard to tell. And the only way that you'd be able to tell is like when he turns his head and there's the weird folds on the back of his neck. Oh, we've seen that a bunch. Like, I don't know what's going on, man. It's kind of weird.
Because remember back in the 90s, it was like the realm of spy fiction, you know, it was in Mission Impossible. It's like, oh, that won't happen. And then now we have it. It's like, oh, man, this actually came true.
Here, give me 1 sec. I will be right back. Right back. Carry the show for me, everybody. Give me a minute.
Yeah, the craziest thing about mass technology is that something by civilians is worth more than it's like. Well, I should say it's on par to actually make ourselves look like someone else. Whereas think about what the government has; it's like 20, 30 years more advanced right now.
All right, sack up, assholes! It's our time to shine. He's walked away. This fucker kicked off of YouTube.
All right, I'll turn on the camera and pull down the pants.
There we go. What we've been waiting on.
I know OnlyFans time for free. I want some red.
Thought experiment. This kid.
We the audio of Biden talking about big shots.
What's that?
That's what we always play the audio of Biden talking about big shots from the 80s.
Did you say something about taking back shots from somebody who's 80?
No, Biden in the 80s when he was on the U.S. Senate floor talking about, you know,
I'm sorry, I
big shots.
totally misunderstood. Apologies.
Oh, Biden. I mean, here's the part that, like, honestly, no one held him accountable for the fact he, like, he pardoned pretty much everyone of the ATF and the U.S. Marshals, what they did at Waco and Ruby Ridge, along with Chuck Schumer. And they're still in high places in government. The highest, actually, one of them.
Oh, I'm back. Daniel says, "See, Joe made the Department of Homeless Security."
We did. We were watching that on the show
fucking
today.
great.
That was hilarious.
Oh, is it just like a gaff?
Yeah, when he did his speech
Homeless
today.
Security.
He did his speech today. We were watching live, and he clearly says the Department of Homeless Security.
Jesus.
I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know we had one of those, but cool.
Yeah.
This is actually the best thing for the Biden campaign because now no one's talking about how bad he's been lately. They're talking about.
No, I mean, it's actually true. You're actually it's right. Like,
it's some way slightly helpful for him.
Yeah, because remember before all the Democrat leadership was like, we got to get this guy out. He's a total wreck. He's a disaster. He's not going to win. And then all of a sudden, after yesterday, it's oh man, let's forget about it. It's more like it's not even worth the effort. It's like they've kind of almost forfeited the election almost without actually forfeiting.
Is he still doing the Oval Office address tonight?
I don't know.
I thought we were talking about that earlier.
I'm looking it up. I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, DD Wilder, you're the only one who watches over on Rumble. I'm sorry. I never check Rumble. It's my fucking fault while we're doing live streams. I never look over there. I suck.
He's a good dude.
Dude, speaking of Rumble, I was typing into YouTube. I was typing into I tried Trump assassination attempt, and it won't like like we always know Google will do things like this, but it won't like like it knows what you're typing. You have to type the entire word out. And then I went over to Rumble and it was like, oh, you put T, it's like Trump's assassination? Yeah, we know. It was like immediately on it.
I hate how YouTube does that shit, man. Like, it used to be where, and this wasn't even that long ago, like 8 years ago, maybe 2016 and before, where you would just turn on YouTube and you'd be like, hey, I'm watching a video about like dolphins. And then the dolphins lead you to sharks and the sharks lead you to, and then pretty soon you're like down this rabbit hole about Atlantis or something, It's like, what the fuck? How did they end up here?
Yeah, right.
That's great. I missed those days.
Yeah.
I would always end up on breast augmentation videos. Why? Stop it.
Nice.
Well, now it's like, hey, I'm watching a E Honda chat or whatever about conspiracy theories, and the next video is CNN, and the next video is Fox News, and the next video is an authoritative source that we paid for. God damn it!
I get C-SPAN. That's on my algorithm, like engineered for my profile, I think, because I'll be watching like a Grand Thumb or or like a unsubscribed podcast or something like that, and then a couple videos later, all of a sudden it's just C-SPAN.
Is this true? Daniel says Joe's campaign ceased all ad spends last night. They know it's over. He's just going to write it out now.
No, it's true that they ceased ad campaigns. They said they were doing it out of courtesy to President Trump, blah, 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 whatever.
Oh, so the attack ads about him being Hitler will not be brought up today, the day after they almost killed him for being Hitler?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Not put the bullseye over him.
I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, I don't expect the mudslinging to stop, but I mean, do you think like they actually are going to calm down the rhetoric? This is just an honest question. Do you think the MSM is like, oh, maybe we have gone a little bit too far? Maybe we do need to dial down the heat a bit, and maybe not call them every 5 minutes? You don't think so?
Some of them may, honestly, they may dial it down, but there's going to be a lot of them that's just going to possibly ramp up and, the stupidity. So I think for the most part, they're not.
So listen to this. The shooter at Trump's rally was spotted acting suspiciously near the event. Authorities announced over the radio to keep an eye on him, and this info was passed to Secret Service. The shooter made it to the roof with full rifle kit, and 2 witnesses saw him and say they were telling authorities and screaming about him for an estimated 3 to 4 minutes. A standard sniper spotter team tasked with covering such a critical direction waits an estimated 42 seconds after looking directly at the shooter, allowing him to take 5 shots at Trump. The Secret Service decides that it's okay to keep Trump on stage for an extended period of time where he's able to actually address the crowd with an active shooter in view. And the Secret Service didn't think of securing the high points advantage over the event. They forgot about Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, I was actually wondering why they didn't just fucking grab him, pick him up, and run him off stage.
They have the high ground. No one had that. It's fine. It's cool.
Hello there.
Those 2 were worthless as tits on a boar hog.
Yeah, this is
from the
42 seconds. This is while he's giving his speech. They're sitting on top. Why is this so fucking shitty?
It's cell phone footage.
Yeah, someone zoomed in with a potato from 2007.
Yeah, but still, they're on the roof. They're looking at the guy. The dude's got a gun. He's aiming at the president. And for 42 seconds, they're like, I don't know. What do we do? I don't know. What do we do?
Are we cleared to shoot? No.
Well, and the guy on the left, the shooter, on the sniper on the left, he when shots start ringing out, he moves his head off scope. He knew he had the guy on target, so he knew the guy was shooting, but he moved his head off scope and then went back down. Looks like then he takes a shot. That's the part I'm like, the fuck?
Maybe he thought they were firing at them instead of. I don't know. It was a shit show.
I mean,
it seems to me that there were either so many balls dropped that the people who were running his security detail are inept and need to be fired and replaced, or this was an attempt with cooperation. I don't see a third option.
Yeah, you could have negligence by intent and leadership. I mean, you have Pepsi, Pepsi security lady, who's just more ideologically motivated for representation for basically an undercover agent position, which is really dumb.
I thought she used to for Doritos.
It's the same company.
PepsiCo.
Yeah, PepsiCo
owns. And to be fair,
Frito-Lay.
but then someone was like, to be fair, he's still protecting a Cheeto.
Yeah, I mean, Chester Cheeto was, he needed lots of protection.
No, Trump is the guy.
Frito-Man
He's
man.
orange. He's the orange man. Fuck, dude.
I know. No, I know.
Okay.
I know. I was trying to play. My joke didn't land as well as yours did. Sorry, I didn't
It
parlay
wasn't
well.
even my joke. I was just quoting someone else.
Okay, so then we're both good. So, but no,
This
my
is
actual.
almost like real life fucking Wile E. Coyote trying to go after the Roadrunner and Trump being the Roadrunner.
Meep.
At 432 feet with a scoped AR-15.
Was it scoped or was it a red dot?
I don't know.
Let's say it's a red dot.
Okay.
You could hit a melon at 432 yards or 432 feet, excuse me.
Yeah, I think so.
He's so fucking lucky, dude. He's so fucking lucky.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was that last second.
Just like
turn.
how fucking close we came to having an assassinated president yesterday. Like, it's all fun and games, and we're having a good time talking about this shit and joking and sharing memes. But how different the feeling in the room would be in the rhetoric right now if that dude had aimed 1 inch different than what he had aimed.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's all it would have taken.
So were you joking last night, Hondo, when you made that comment about basically the Antichrist?
I mean, I wasn't joking in the fact that I think people will probably think that because, they already think he's fucking Satan or whatever, and now he has a head injury, and he miraculously survived and all that stuff.
And then there are people who look for patterns of things to give explanation for negative or positive events in life that just are not even really correlative.
Like, do I believe that Trump is the Antichrist? No, I don't.
I don't either.
Do I believe that someone out there believes that? Probably.
100%.
Yeah, there are people who probably believe that and who are probably saying it right now in their own circles.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys seen that video of the woman who is claiming that Trump is going to pick Barron as his VP and then try to challenge SCOTUS for age requirement?
Yes, I've heard that too. I was going to say that earlier, but my phone was acting up.
How likely do you guys think this is going to be?
I don't know. October surprise, fortifying, i.e. cheating. I don't know. I mean, I think an honest election, no way.
Well, this denotes the opposite of, this is saying this is not going to be an honest election. Because this is 2020. Trump was winning, Trump was winning, Trump was winning. Oh, let's turn off the fucking, the machines and go home for the night. Oops,
Blow up
Biden's
a
winning.
place. Yeah.
And then 2024 is going to be Trump's really winning, Trump's really winning, Trump's really winning. Oh, we got to go home for the night and count votes in the morning. Oh, look at that. Biden's winning now.
Yeah.
100% what that is. It has nothing
yeah.
to do with October surprise. It has nothing to do with anything legitimate going on at all. It specifically denotes the fact that they cheated in 2020 to win the election, and that in 2024, in order to win the election again, they're going to have to cheat even harder.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly don't think they're going to pull that same stunt back to back, just simply because of all the shit they've been talking about Biden lately and how, his, comrades of saying that he needs to step down because of how shitty the debate was and how horrible he did. I don't see them pushing it, to be honest.
I actually, okay, here's my theory, and this is just shoot me down. It's just a dumb idea, but I can see them. Yeah, it's just my theory is they actually do let him go. They let him ride it out, and they pull William Harry Harrison. Maybe not long into after he's sworn in, Biden gets incredibly ill. He passes away peacefully in a hospital, and then we have the VP to,
You mean passes away again?
Yeah, this time they unplugged the android from the Hall of Presidents.
I've been saying this for a minute now, that people on the left, when they go in to vote, they're going to be voting for the Schrodinger's candidate. One's dead, one's alive. You got one who, one person they're going to say, hey, who did you vote for? And they're going to say Joe Biden. And then the next person you're going to say, hey, who did you vote for? And they're going to say Kamala Harris. Because a vote for one is a vote for both, is a vote for either. Right? and the people who vote for Harris are gonna think that Biden's not gonna make it, so that's who we're really voting for. And the people who are voting for Biden are like willfully ignorant to reality in life, I guess, but are moving along anyway and are voting for Biden. And they're both gonna vote Democrat. So Schrodinger's candidate.
And Honda, I mean, I remember this goes back a few years in one of your earlier chats, but I mean, look what happened in 2020 when you had, what was that in Atlanta, like Christmas Day, like those ballots were blown up. You remember that? The
Blown
election
up?
results?
No, like as in they were the wrong size paper for the machine and wouldn't feed through and then weren't counted. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, you remember that.
Yeah.
When you say blown up, I think something else. Sorry.
Oh no! Sorry, enlarged.
Daniel dropped in $5. Said supposedly Larry Fink, Academy Blackwater CEO, was going to offer Trump his own private army this week. He's a big Trump guy. Wasn't the kid who and I call him a kid because he's 20, the kid who shot at Trump and got murked? Wasn't he in a Blackwater advertisement?
No, he had
Black
Demolition
Rock.
shirt on.
BlackRock.
Black Rock. But he also had Demolition shirt on that day.
Blackwater, BlackRock. Okay.
I do it all the time. I do that all the time.
Which people were trying to say that meant something. He was in an ad that they did at his school, and he's just kind of there. So was many other kids. So it doesn't actually mean anything.
Granby Heemeyer special.
Anyone else thinking what I'm thinking?
Well, it means he had that teacher that was the center point of the advertisement.
Unreasonable.
They were bragging about having most of it.
Gotta do something unreasonable.
I really like. Do you guys watch Whistling Diesel at all?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
I fucking love Whistling Diesel. I think he's hilarious. I think he does some of the best videos on YouTube, period. And he bought the Komatsu tractor, the exact one that fucking dude drove around, and they're putting armor on it just like dudes, and they're making their own killdozer.
Yeah, I saw part of that.
And literally they bought the one surviving piece of the killdozer that's left to weld onto the frame of it so that they could have a piece of the original killdozer on the killdozer.
That's amazing.
And they brought the killdozer through Granby, Colorado on their way back to Ohio or wherever the fuck he lives at, Indiana.
Oh, dude, that's just wrong, but hilarious.
That's awesome. No, I did see that video, where we was driving back. I thought it was really cool how he talked to the locals and, got kind of a 20-year later retrospective.
You cannot unsee this now.
God, Gavin he doesn't, honestly, he doesn't stand a chance. I know he really wants to be a president and stuff, but he has that California ego, and he's led his total state into disaster to where there's a mass exodus affecting my state.
Well, he's got too many skeletons in his closet. There's too many things that he's done in recent past. He fucked his campaign manager's wife while on campaign and then had to publicly apologize for it. What a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah.
I wish he was a better governor so everybody in California would fucking stay in California and stop coming to
oh, God, yes.
Right.
Just move him back.
I need
dude.
TP from my bunghole because I shit myself.
Clint Eastwood made 15 Westerns, and he never killed a cameraman. You see, Baldwin got let off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Over a technicality that normally they don't let people off for.
Mm-hmm.
You heard about the backstory on that, right?
No, I don't know too much.
They're claiming that apparently the ammo that was given to the forensics woman may have been from the armorer's father's friend.
Okay.
So it would be.
I feel like you only said half the thing. That's only half the thing.
I was waiting for more coming.
Yeah, no. What they said was it was basically some dude who was buddies, I guess, with her dad, and it was a way to let that evidence be brought in as a different case number or something, so that they would let Baldwin be let off with this prejudice bullshit or whatever. Then I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I'm heard in the last couple days. So it was there. So
you're saying it's bureaucratic, orchestrated negligence? Awesome.
More or less.
On this day, March 20th, 1854, the Republican Party of the United States was founded in a schoolhouse in Wisconsin. Purpose? To counter the Democrats' plan to expand slavery in America. Didn't know that one, I bet. My generation was expected to climb a 30-foot rope with a life-saving 2-inch thick mat below it.
God. And they weren't even close to cushy because they're like 20 years of wrestling matches covered in duct tape all over it. Like, yeah, there was no cushioning to it either.
I was kind of a big kid when I was a kid. So climbing that rope was a bitch. And I was never able to do it until I was. And I was so fucking like happy and proud of myself when I was able to climb that rope all the way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually an accomplishment.
No, it's like it was like I had the inverse problem because I was a skinny little kid. I was able to do the rope, but I couldn't do you remember the sleds in football, and you had to push it like I think it was like 15 yards just to even make the team, even just for any position. Yeah, I couldn't do it because you had to have 2 football players or like a couple coaches on the sled. I couldn't. I was just so small. So they're like, do cross country instead.
I was always jealous of the kids who could be at the top of the pyramid because I was always at the base, and it pissed me off.
Yeah, well, you never got shoved into lockers like we did, so the grass is greener, right?
Yeah. I accidentally broke a kid's arm once. Oops. We used to do this thing called Sebi bashing when we were in 8th grade,
Mm-hmm.
where all of the cool kids from the 8th grade would line up at the end of the hallway where all the 7th graders' lockers were, and we would like shoulder to shoulder like run down the hallway, pushing them out of our way. And this like little spindly like kid that looked like you when you were that age got in my way.
Mm-hmm.
And I just gave him like a 1-arm shove, but he went flying like I was fucking Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
And I went on with life. And then the next day we're walking through the hallway and I see this kid giving me the scowl. He's giving me the stink eye, with a cast on his arm. I felt pretty bad.
Damn. Dude. Yeah, I mean...
Hold on. Daniel says, y'all think Trump's speech tomorrow is going to go in hard, or is he going to hold back and calm shit down?
No, he's going to go in hard. He's going to amp up the crowd.
He's fucking up if he doesn't go in hard.
Definitely. He needs to keep
This is the best thing that could have happened to his campaign. Like, he needs to embrace it for all it's worth.
Come out with the fucked up ear, and everyone can see it. No, it's not covered up. Showing off his war wound, basically.
Yeah, he needs to come in like, dude, just seriously, no lube, just go in like screeching righteous indignation and hellfire at him. Like, honestly.
Leo says that's what she said.
Oh yeah.
Walk out on stage and fist pump and say fight, fight, fight when he first gets there.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, it's the Democrats, it's the left's move, it's the MSM, it's the AP's move. They're the ones that need to turn this shit down.
How does Trump fucking shoot himself in the foot with this whole thing? Because like he's got the momentum, he's got the messaging, he's got the clickbait imagery, he's got everything, right? Mm-hmm. How do you turn that around and drop the ball? Like how do the people around him fuck him over and make this not work anymore?
Keep him out of the spotlight and
keep him undercover. Pull a Biden Biden during COVID. Keep him in a fucking basement.
Yep.
But I don't think there's any chance of that. Trump's not going to do that.
Or you have a VP that
you could barely get him off stage when he just got shot. Like literally, they're like trying to rush him off the stage, and he's like, "No."
Yeah. First he was like, my shoe. And then
give me my shoes. I want my shoes. But I mean, the only thing that
things cost.
The only thing that can see screwing him over.
He was screaming about his shoe. Like I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was the first thing that he said.
Yeah, he's like, my shoes.
Before he even stood up, when they're trying to get him up, after you hear them say, what? Is it clear? Is it clear? Shooters down. And then the next thing you hear clearly is him saying, "Where's my shoe? Where's my shoe?" And then you hear one of the other guys go, "Get his shoes, get his shoes." And then that's when they finally get him up, and he puts his hand up and says, "Fight, fight," and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first thing he said was about his shoes.
Yeah, I missed that part.
Yeah, it was picked up by one of the mics. It was it wasn't on the Newsmax footage. It was on the Fox footage.
You know, there are 492 billionaires on this planet, and not one of those losers has decided to become Batman
or Iron Man.
I think.
Cool.
Well, I think Iron Man is way harder to become than Batman.
Elon Musk could be Iron Man if he wanted to be.
That's what I'm saying.
He has the power.
I don't know, man.
Batman just needs money. He doesn't need to come
muscles.
up with some new technology.
True, but you need to actually work out and learn how to fight. I think it'd be easier to develop an armored, like a robotic suit than it would be for some of those guys like Bill Gates to gain, 100 pounds of muscle and killer instinct.
Where's all the project? Where's all the Project 2025 people right now?
Furry hacker group that allegedly hacked Project 2025 turned out to be a 4chan troll or something like that.
I really, really like Infernus a lot, and I really respect him and find his views to be valuable and, all that stuff. But his ideas on 2025 are obviously propaganda that he swallowed whole. He swallowed that shit fucking hook, line, and sinker. And that's sad.
Yeah. I think all of us to some degree are all susceptible to, there's always going to be one thing that'll, fool you, like how Penn and Teller always said. It's just like, you shouldn't feel stupid for, a magic trick fooling you, because you were trying, it was the magician who was stupid. So, something to that effect.
Daniel, is that true? What you just
there is probably some propaganda that would get to me, that would convince me of stuff, but it's got to be some 5D chess shit for them to get to me at this point. All of the normal propaganda stuff that works on normal people that used to work on me, that used to, because I used to be just a normal person when it comes to this shit. Doesn't work on me anymore because I see it from a mile away. I identified the sources of this propaganda and listen to whatever they have to say, knowing that it's going to be propaganda. I don't watch CNN to watch CNN. I watch CNN to see what the messaging is for the plebes, for the people who are susceptible to the propaganda, to see what they're trying to propagandize them into.
Mm-hmm.
For them to get me, it's got to be some crazy fucking 5D shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. It's going to be on that level of where for the longest time in my life, it's always I want to know the answers of what the government really knows about UFOs. The whole Fox Mulder thing, right? And then what was it 2 year ago when it came out? The CIA is well, now we have these these unidentified aerial phenomenons. Now I'm oh, now UFOs are all a hoax because for me, it's just I'm so used to not trusting
if
that
Trump
source.
ends up being deep state fucking whatever, there you go. That would be the propaganda that got me.
They let them still
tend to be something that they weren't, and run this whole campaign like they were against it, and have all the media stack up against the guy. It's okay, all the people that I hate this guy. All the people that lie say this guy's bad, and so therefore I'm going to think that he's probably good and probably not a bad guy. Oh, that they got me. They got me with the fucking the double fake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the old Texas switch. Yeah. But I think though, if anything's going to derail Trump, if anything, I don't think it'll be him per se, because he is Teflon Don. I think if anything that derails campaign is dependent on who his VP pick is and what they do.
Here's what I wish Infernus was here for right now. How many of these recent mainstream media hoaxes did you guys fall for? And I would venture to say that probably in this group, almost none, if even one of these, has anyone here fallen for. But people on the left, it's every single one of these, right? So we'll go
down the list and everybody be honest. Did any of those you second guess?
So there was the Russia collusion story, Russia and Trump stole the 2016 election.
Hell no. I didn't believe that shit at all.
The 2020 election was the most secure and safe election in history.
No. No.
Trump called neo-Nazis fine people.
No.
If you get vaccinated, you can't catch COVID.
No.
No.
Jesse Smollett was just getting Subway at 2:00 in the morning and was accosted by some KKK members in the middle of Chicago.
Yeah, this is mega country. Fucking hell.
So when I first heard that, I believed it for about 5 seconds until they said, and then they said, this is mega country. And I'm like, yeah, that's fucking a lie.
Bubba Wallace garage pole noose rope thing.
No, that was fucking embarrassing.
Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation, as confirmed by over 30 experts. Remember that story?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh God.
The Covington kids got in the face of that Native American fellow who was just trying to drum his drum and be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, that was
argued with Yankee about that one on a live chat.
Yeah, that one got me. Actually, I got to argue with Dan Rather, like one-on-one about that. Because
Governor, what the fuck is that story? You argued with Dan fucking Rather?
Yeah, I was on Twitter.
That's
It was on
badass.
Twitter. Well, it was a Twitter, and then he was doing a live stream thing, and then he was responding to me, and then he kept replying to me 3 or 4 times, and this was back before I had like about 5,000-6,000 followers on Twitter that weren't bots. So
there was the Governor Whitmer kidnapping plot that was more 3-letter agency people involved with it than citizens.
Well, okay. On that one, that's a weird, okay. That was still true. It's just who instigated it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's not really something anybody fell for. It's just later on we found out, oh, they were fucking, like the dude still tried to do that shit.
Biden talked about that shit today when he gave his speech today about Trump getting shot yesterday. He literally mentioned the Governor Whitmer kidnapping plot and how we need to de-escalate things.
So I actually have 2 things to add to that.
Why don't you have a little fucking transparency? Why don't you have hold on. Why don't you have a little bit of fucking actual honesty when it comes to this shit, intellectual honesty, and say, oh yeah, that was instigated by the CIA or whoever, FBI, I'm not sure who it was, 3-letter agency, and literally one of the people who was charged with crimes was completely exonerated from all crimes in court because of the ties to, because it was basically entrapment. It was entrapment by the 3-letter agencies to get these dudes to break the law. They gave them money. They gave them the plan. They told them where to go. They told them what to bring. They told them what to do. One of the people involved in this whole kidnapping plot, if you can even call it that, because the plot was hatched by the 3-letter agencies, is a literal mental deficient. He's like Forrest fucking Gump. And they're like, hey, we got Forrest Gump to come along with us on this Governor Whitmer kidnapping plot. Isn't that great? We got another one. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. This was not anything that would have happened if not for the fucking 3-letter agencies. No one would have done shit. And you can't fucking tell me that they would have. This was 100% planned for, paid for, everything by the federal fucking government so that they could say, look how good of a job we're doing.
Okay, well, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is saying you fell for something. If that's the premise we're looking at all these things with, there was nothing to fall for, right? Like, it was a thing that actually did happen. It wasn't a lie. It wasn't like Russia, it wasn't like Jesse Smollett or the fucking Covington kid, or like, it wasn't a lie. Like, there was a plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. We just didn't find out about why that plot happened until later.
Right. But
I don't think that's something you can, like, quote unquote, fall for. You know what I mean?
The point is, the president literally mentioned it in his speech today, and people were like shaking their heads like, yeah, there were people who tried to do that. Right, because they fell for it.
2 things with the Whitmer plot thing, though. So that idiot Mike DeWine, who's my current governor, tried to claim that he was actually going to be kidnapped too in that whole situation because he's an asshole. And a lot of the people that the feds brought together to like try to do that thing were all in Columbus, Ohio that summer.
Okay, I don't understand this one. Chinese weather balloon. What was there to fall for there?
I don't know.
Oh, it's just a weather balloon. It's off track. It's that's kind of.
Oh, the fact that it wasn't a spy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I get. Yeah. Okay.
And the can I just like briefly? I think the Governor Whitmer kidnapping plot question should be rephrased as like Governor Whitmer kidnapping plot was by white nationalists, not by because it was a kidnapping plot by DHS as a sting operation. Like it should be reframed just to make things a little bit easier for
everybody. The plot itself was also ridiculous because it was basically them supposedly going to kidnap her and like torture her for like information on stuff, and then like hold like a mock trial against her or something like that.
What that's so. That sounds like a
it was just completely outrageous.
Yeah, that's like something a 7th grader would think of in some sort of.
They should have kidnapped her and brought her to Kavanaugh, so Kavanaugh could have raped her.
Oh
like,
man! God! Oh God! Oh
damn! Oh, someone just got back.
I love you.
There was Trump saying drinking bleach would fight COVID, which we've talked about. Russia bombed their own pipeline because why would they do that? It only hurt themselves. It only hurt their own oil exports. And the only ones who gained anything from it was us. Weird.
I know. It was almost like it's a CIA op.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then, of course, there was the Trump P tape, which everyone never saw because it didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
But some people...
I tried to find it.
Some people still believe it's a thing. Some people still think that it's true. And some people still quote it as like, and Trump got peed on by Russian hookers as if it's a fact. So there's that.
Can I ask you a quick question?
If it had happened, would anybody be mad?
So here's just a quick question looking through these. Like, I mean, when you say media hoax, there's actually a term for it. It's called libel. And that's legally actionable. Like, why hasn't this been legally actionable? Like, because
you have to find a victim who's been harmed by it. Now, you could say that's Trump, which he totally is, but he would be the one that would have to sue for that. And for whatever reason, he's not. I don't know why. He totally should.
You know, I'm
Covington kids made out bank
this list, and there's one glaring fucking thing that's missing from it. And that is Alex Jones was involved with the shooting in 2012. What was that shooting called?
Sandy
Hook.
Yeah, he was
Sandy
involved with Sandy Hook somehow. When all he ever did was talk about it on his radio show.
I never heard that he was involved.
Oh, well, people believe. Dude, there's some people who think he was the shooter.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because the news is so ambiguous about how they talk about these things, and people are so blatantly low IQ and fucking like ready to go out and confirmation bias, whatever their bias is, that whatever they hear, they're just going to store away and save and be like, yep, that's what happened. And that's one of them, is that Alex Jones was part of the fucking, not Covington, God damn it. Sandy Hook thing. Thank you.
Yeah, I was actually just looking through it too, and I'm actually surprised not to see the diary on there.
Oh, it's on there.
Where?
We'll get to it. I thought it's on there. COVID lab link. Where are we at? Border agents whipped migrants.
I remember this one. We talked about that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Trump saved the nuclear secrets at Mar-a-Lago and then left the door open so anyone could just walk in and grab them. There's that.
In his Corvette.
There's the whole Steele dossier, which we've kind of talked about twice already, because his Russian collusion was the Steele dossier, and the Trump tape was the Steele dossier. But I guess there's more to it than that. So the Steele dossier. Russian bounties on U.S. soldiers in Afghanistan. I don't remember this one.
I remember this one, and I remember when it came out, it wasn't like everybody's like, "Oh shit!" It was like, "Is that true?" And so people looked into it and were like, "Oh no, that's not true."
Muslim travel ban, because actually that was Obama's list of countries that need to have travel bans that never got implemented, and then Trump came into office and was like, "Oh, here's Obama's list. Let's implement that."
Which, by the way, had nothing to do with the countries being Muslim.
Right,
so
right. Because there's plenty of Muslim countries that weren't banned. So there's that. Andrew Cuomo showed the best COVID leadership.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God, dude.
He literally put old people and COVID patients in the same rooms together to make sure that everyone died. Yeah.
Can we talk about the people on the cruise ships they left in port for how long? Off in New York?
Yeah, weeks to a month.
Yeah.
Ghost of Kiev.
I fell for that one.
Don't lie. Everybody fell for that one.
I fell for it.
Everybody was like,
well, it was a cool story.
It depends on what you mean. It depends on what you mean by fell for it. To the point that we were all for like the first week going, "Whoa, really? That happened? Oh, that's kind of whatever." Like everybody kind of fell for that because it didn't seem like there was any reason that would be a lie.
Yeah, I just thought it was like a badass hero pilot.
Yeah, exactly. So it didn't seem like something that was politically motivated or anything like that. It just seemed like there's a fucking badass over there or whatever. Everybody kind of fell for that, and then it came out, oh, well, that's bullshit. It's like, oh, okay, well, it's bullshit. All right, whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm being honest. I'm like, hey, yep, I totally fell for that. Like, I'll be honest. I'm not gonna have 20/20 vision on it.
Trump built cages for migrant kids.
Oh, they still fucking quote that shit, even though every picture came from the Obama administration.
And remember when he was running the first time?
And,
he said, Biden, you built those cages. That was such a good moment, and he didn't. He could have brought it up again in the debate they had recently because Biden brought it up like an idiot. He's like, "You are cages." He said that at one point in the debate. He was talking about that.
Al-Baghdadi was an austere religious scholar and not a overt terrorist.
I can't believe someone would actually.
I don't really remember that one, but geez,
And Adolf Hitler was like underappreciated landscape painter.
Baghdadi was the guy who he was one of the people that Trump went out and had people killed, right?
Right.
And everyone in the media was like, I can't believe that a sitting president would go after an austere religious scholar like al-Baghdadi. And then you look into the information about it, and it's like, oh, this guy is responsible for killing 300 fucking troops in Afghanistan over the past 10 years, and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, he's responsible for like 10 different bombings and shit like that. He's a fucking terrorist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's who you kill. If you're the federal government and in control of the military, and you're going after terrorists, he would be one of the people that you would kill. And everyone would be like, that makes sense. But because it was Trump who did it, the narrative was, oh, well, al-Baghdadi was a religious scholar and they killed him. It's like, bitch, just because he read the Quran, you know what I mean? Anyway, Trump overfed the koi fish in Japan.
Oh, God, I remember this.
He should have, actually. It would have been funny. I hope he does. He should do it for real now.
It was one of those things where it's like, oh, they just want to bitch about something. There was nothing else newsworthy to bitch about that day. He overfed the koi fish.
Like, he's got the money, right? He's got the money to pay for him. I think he should go back and just drop McDonald's into it, like just a big thing of fries.
Well, I mean, if again, this is one of those selective editing things, right? Where they're like, if you watch the whole video, you see the president or prime minister, I don't know what he is of Japan, and he takes his bowl of koi fish food and dumps it in, and then Trump's like, oh, okay, and then takes his bowl of fish food and dumps it in. And everyone just takes the video of Trump doing it and being like, oh, look how he did that. It was so crass. What does that even mean? I don't even know, dude.
Yeah, that was just them fucking grasping at straws because they're fucking idiots and nothing better to do with their lives.
Oh, remember when Trump cut taxes and they were like, oh, I can't believe he's cutting taxes. This only benefits the rich. And then everyone's like, my paycheck's badass. This is awesome.
I actually had a decent job.
Cloth masks prevent COVID. Or remember the double masks? If you wear two masks, it's just naturally assumed that it's better than one. So if you put on a second mask, it's like you're double protecting the people around you. I'm Anthony Fauci.
Do more of his voice, please. I like this.
Oh, remember when an SUV went through a Christmas parade in Waukesha and killed a bunch of people, but it was the SUV that did it?
Yeah, it was the SUV. Yeah, it was those crazy SUVs that fucking it's a Ford Explorer. Ford still hasn't has an answer for that. I hope someone has sued Ford for their crazy SUV.
It was a Ford Escape, actually.
Oh, was it an Escape? Oh, that's right. It was a Ford
because of the irony, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like
Trump,
evil Knight Rider.
Trump used tear gas to clear a crowd of Wait, hold on. Trump used tear gas to clear a crowd for a Bible photo.
Yeah,
I don't
not
remember
true
this.
at all. The tear gas got brought out before he was even going to that church. It was the Washington fucking the DC Police Department, or no, it wasn't the police. It was what do they call? I guess because Washington's considered a like a fucking public park or something like that. So it was actually like Wildlife and Parks Department that was firing tear gas or some shit.
Yeah,
and it was before
they were so pumped about it. How often does they?
Yeah, they never get to do that shit. They were having
They're
a
like,
great
it's finally our time. It's finally now. They were so happy.
Expires 1979. I hope it still works.
People painting their face with blue face paint before they do. Oh, there was the "Don't Say Gay" bill. You guys remember that? How it totally said "Don't say gay," and you can't say gay in Florida anymore.
Yep.
They have a bill that says that. Oh, that's a lie.
Was it Disney behind that misinformation? By the way, weren't they paying a lot of people behind the scenes on that?
Well, there was certainly a lot of Hollywood celebrities who chimed in on the subject and made sure to tell everyone who follows them that they need to think about the "Don't Say Gay" bill and that it is in fact. They get on, they get on like their Twitter space or whatever and be like, gay, 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 gay. Like, dude, that's so gay. I'm sorry.
I would be against the bill that did not allow me to call things gay.
I mean, I want to say gay. It's just,
I thought actually if they were going to do that, we should just bring it back and we could just call random things gay. I mean, I still do. You know what I'm saying?
I miss calling everything gay.
And, like mildly happy. I want to say gay again.
You have a yabba dabba do time.
I mean,
like
gay was a
old
way
time.
that we would say, like, hey, I don't like that thing. It's gay. Or that thing is stupid. It's gay.
Stop being gay.
Yeah.
You fag.
It had nothing to. Yeah, you can say it's a fag. You'd be like, I'm not actually talking about your sexual
I'm
orientation.
not talking about if you like to suck dick or not. I don't even care. Just
God
stop
damn
being
it! Stop being
fag.
such a faggot. Like,
yeah, dude, that was a South Park thing. So wait, you're telling me that biker who roars his Harley on a early Saturday morning, he's gay?
remember when I
There's
said
nothing-
faggot on your fucking show and you got all mad at me?
Well, because that was right after fucking I had gotten fucking kicked off of YouTube for 3 months for some shit. And I was like, God damn it, dude.
Sorry about that. Where are we at?
I still think that's why I've got demonetization issues on my channel because we used to say it so much in the videos in like 2017 and 2018 because it was silly. Everyone knew it was silly. It was such an absurd thing to say that word, and now I have monetization issues.
Well,
I think we need to bring back gay, fag, and retarded.
Literally, there was that episode of South Park where there was the Harley writers.
Yeah.
And like, God, those dudes are so gay. They're gay fags. Or no, they're like, stop being so gay. And they're like, why are you making fun of people's sexual orientation? And then they were in front of the town thing. They're like, well, what would you call a gay man on a Harley? And they're like, a gay fag? Anyway.
It's a good episode. Yeah.
So there was the Putin price hike. Remember that? It was like the price of gas was going up because it's Putin.
Oh, it's all because of Putin.
And nothing to do with the fact that we shut down the pipeline and did all these other things and stopped drilling for oil. And yeah, it was Putin.
And fracking in Colorado and making me lose my job. Yeah, that was awesome.
Ivermectin is a horse dewormer and not for humans.
Mm-hmm.
Except for it's been prescribed to humans literally like 1 billion times.
The dude who created it won a Nobel Peace Prize for creating it.
Was
it a Nobel Peace Prize? What was it? He won something, big worldwide award.
No, you're right.
It was a Nobel Peace Prize. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, they wwere mostly peaceful protests. They were fiery, but mostly peaceful.
I couldn't believe my lying eyes, I couldn't, with the flames of, freedom burning down a town.
This is my favorite one. This was on January 6th. You remember when Trump was in the Beast, the Secret Service mobile that protects him, and he wanted to go back a different direction than they were driving, so he overpowered the Secret Service members and grabbed the wheel of the beast and turned it around.
Yes.
Well, if it was Agent Melissa McCarthy, then I could buy it, but...
Officer Sicknick was murdered by protesters on January 6th.
Oh, I remember this one. They're still talking about that one. They still insist, there was like 6 police officers that died that day. No, nobody fucking died that day, first of all.
Well, one person died.
Well, no police. Nobody was killed by any January 6th protester.
Yeah.
Or anything that any protester did. There was one cop who died the next day from a stroke, and then there was like 4 other dudes that over the course of like 3 months after that committed suicide.
Yeah,
that's because of the protest. Are you that much of a fucking pussy?
So Sicknick, if you guys don't know, on the day of January 6th, he like twisted his ankle or something like that. And so he was considered to be one of the officers who was injured on January 6th, right? Because I guess statistically, he was, like technically speaking, he was injured on January 6th during the whatever you want to call it, right? And then it was a day or two later, he died of an aneurysm, which was completely unrelated to any kind of injury that he had on January 6th. But because he was injured on January 6th and then died the next day, talking point, twist the truth, make the story what you want it to be, will, shine the light on it in a certain way so it looks a certain way, because that's what the media does. And they run the headline and they repeat the line on every station until people believe it. And then people go around saying, oh, well, Officer Sicknick died on January 6th because of the protesters killed him. Which, again, that's what we're doing right now. We're talking about all of these myths and hoaxes and bullshit that is perpetuated by the media and by the left. January 6th was an insurrection in which 100,000 people showed up to the Capitol and no one brought guns.
It's a shitty insurrection.
I know, and the police opened up gates and showed them where to go. That was...
In the country where the citizens have more guns than people, they had an insurrection to overthrow the government, and the people with the most guns in the world decided to leave the guns at home. Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Trump knocked the reporter with disability.
That was totally true, by the way.
Yeah, I think
he was totally making fun of that fucker.
This got one. They got me on one.
I got two.
He's making fun of the reporter?
Yeah, he was making the reporter with a disability.
That is, to this day, that is nobody ever catches it. I use that as a... I play the Batman music, that like the old school Batman music with the paper scrolling in and out, and my logo's in the middle of it. But it's actually, instead of being a newspaper in the background, it's Trump making fun of the reporter doing the thing, and nobody has ever caught it. It's the greatest. I love it. No one's ever caught it. So good.
All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much the show for today. We've been going almost 2 hours now, and that's about how far we normally go. Anybody got anything they want to add? Plugs? You want to plug the butts? Do all the things?
I will be creating a Rumble account in the next couple of days for my network page. I want to do Rumble exclusives. I need at least 5, I think it's subs on there to be able to go live on there.
Oh, shit. Super chats. Jesus, I'm sorry. I missed like 5 of them.
Well, oh my God. We've been going see you guys later. Y'all have fun.
Fag allowed in super chats? Apparently it is. Read my last chat. Am I wrong on this? Says Callahan Republic. Was the Japanese dude that got unalived by homemade gun? If I'm correct, that was the Japanese dude that got unalived by a homemade gun. If I'm correct, I think he's the guy feeding fish with Trump.
Yeah, that was it.
He actually get
that was
gun? Yes.
Yeah, okay. He was the prime minister who was assassinated.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about earlier with that picture on the Discord with the keychains. That's one I made.
That's crazy. I mean, I forgot about that. That's crazy that happened, dude. The Japanese prime minister got assassinated by a homemade shotgun in Japan, where guns are more illegal than fucking samurai swords, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I don't think you're wrong. That's crazy. Yanker gobbled up everything you just read. Yeah, that's true. Yankee probably believes 2 out of 3 things on this list. And the 1 out of 3 things that he doesn't believe is because never enough ammo went on his channel and fucking debunked them. Either got to be 5D chest or on Article 2.
An Onion article. That's true. Okay. You know it's real. You've been taken by an Onion article before.
I have been taken by an Onion article. That is true. I did think an Onion article was real. And I've admitted to that since the day it happened, and I will never live it down, apparently. It's fine.
You won't ever live it down. It was still hilarious. Well, because it's the only time you ever got.
Yeah, I did.
Why. It was fucking hilarious. Because I roll into a chat, and what's going on? You've got Duke so freaked out about fucking aliens because there's this story on The Onion about fucking...
I thought it was real, dude.
Secretary of Defense talking about real aliens and alien ships, and Duke's losing his goddamn shit because he's already frightened to death of fucking aliens.
Okay,
and
think
I
about
walk
this
in the
logic.
chat like, what the fuck is going on? Duke's losing his shit. And I'm
Think
like,
about this
what?
logically, though. Like,
Yeah, that shit was
the
fucking
government
hilarious.
would potentially have a plan for if aliens come in, and if they have a plan for when aliens come in, then they would have to pass a bill to like get funding for it and stuff. And if they have to pass a bill to get funding for it and stuff, they would have to read the bill in Congress in front of people. And if they have to read the bill in Congress in front of people, there's parts that they couldn't say out loud, so they would have to be like, and that part's redacted.
Yes.
So it made sense, at least.
It,
You know
it
what I
made
mean?
sense until you looked at the big Onion logo. In the
Yeah,
bottom
until you see the
right
Onion
hand
article.
video.
All right. Thanks for that. That's enough. Yeah, he said it in a reply to someone yesterday. Oh, shit. We're so far back, I don't know what happened.
He said fag.
Elon said yesterday it's time to build the Trump Iron Man suit. He said it in a reply to someone yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Dude. Imagine Trump comes out to the next debate wearing an Iron Man bulletproof suit, and he's like,
Okay. I have to ask, what color would it be? Either gold?
It's gold.
Ostentatious
You know
gold?
it's fucking gold. It's solid gold. It's like nothing but gold.
Orange.
Or I was thinking that or red, white, and blue. Like doing the whole like
oh, it's
you
gold,
know,
dude. No, it's gold.
got to be gold. Okay.
Yeah.
Like his bathroom. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he has
Gold and orange.
He must be planning with his people. Like he hasn't come out yet. Like he's gonna when he comes out next time, it's gonna be some planned speech thing. It's gonna be something. You can't just wing that one.
There's gonna be like AC/DC playing in the background with
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
F-16s flying overhead with fireworks and fucking bald eagles and
It's gonna be like that scene in Avengers when Iron Man first shows up to confront Loki, and that's exactly it's AC/DC blasting in the background when he jumps out of that fucking jet and
Right.
hits the ground.
Back in black. Yeah.
All right. Well, I do have to end this before it gets to 2 hours because otherwise my AI fucking video editing software can't make this into clips because 2 hours is too much for it to think about. So we're going to go ahead and end it now. I do appreciate everyone for being here, though, and we'll be back on Tuesday if I can figure that out. And we'll be back on your channel tomorrow night. Yeah, Matt?
Yep. We
Word?
got lots to talk about.
And hey, Jake the Garden Snake, fucking number one.
Thanks for putting up with my silliness being in here.
Oh no, dude, it's been fun, and you're welcome back anytime. And if you guys like motorcycle content, I would highly recommend you go check out Jake the Garden Snake. He is the original gangster of motor vlogging. I don't know about that. There's probably someone before you, but you're the first.
There
one
is,
that
but
I ever
I'll
saw.
take it. I'll accept whatever. I just won't correct you. It's fun.
You're the first one that I fucking watched. Like back when I was thinking about getting a motorcycle back in 2013, I think is when I bought my first one.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like I watched you and a couple other people, and that was it. And like, yeah, dude. But anyway, I appreciate you being here, man. It's kind of cool to have you.
Thanks for letting me come here and be stupid. It's fun.
Yeah, man. All right, y'all. Deuces, y'all. Shall not pee in fridge. Troopers shopping a knob at a pressure. Batakath care. Prek the troops. And we'll see you all next time. Yeah, let's go, Brandon.
We beat Medicare.